Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl Star Flames, and we're back with another video. Now guys, in this video we're gonna dive into some details that are being revealed. Tony Buzbee, in his case against Jay-Z, the VMA's bandit, he violated his bar license, right? Because he filed the case in a county that is not licensed to practice, which is a violation. And Jay-Z's attorney called that out in the motion to have the case against Jay-Z dismissed. No, many may argue and say, nothing is wrong with that. There's something wrong with it, because now that Tony Buzbee is being sued by one of his former clients, he's using that as an excuse to have the lawsuit himself against him thrown out. He's saying that the mere fact that a lawyer is filing a lawsuit in a state that they're not licensed to practice, it's against state bar action. And the lawyer involved that did such conduct violates the ethical rules that governs lawyers, and the case itself is frivolous and will be dismissed, which means that Tony Buzbee's case that was filed against Jay-Z is gonna be dismissed. Let's talk about it. Now also, what Tony Buzbee is bringing up, this is really interesting. It says the con man meets a con man with a con plan. That's literally what is going on. No, also what is going on is that Tony Buzbee is saying he has evidence that Jay-Z has Venmo a few people $1,000 to bring case forward. So Tony Buzbee is in violation, Jay-Z is in violation, and so I say it's given a con man meets a con man who has a con plan. Now, we're gonna dive into this report so as to give you guys some more information for your reference. I've been meaning to do this video, but I'm just getting to it. Now, Tony Buzbee has now specifically addressed Matthew Thompson's allegations, telling TMZ Mr. Thompson was solicited and paid to bring this case. Okay, let's pause a bit. So his former client, Buzbee's former client, is suing him. His former client is saying he held on to the settlement that Buzbee sued for on his behalf, and that's Matthew, and Buzbee did not give him a red cent. Now, Buzbee is arguing that Matthew's former employee did not pay a settlement. However, it's given the sense that Buzbee is lying, because in the court documents, Buzbee is saying Matthew was well aware of the fees, and as such, Matthew has money owing to him. So honestly, I'm going to say Tony Buzbee is given a con man with a con plan. Okay. But let's continue, right? Now, as I was saying, Mr. Thompson was solicited and paid to bring this case. That's what Buzbee is saying. He's saying that Jay-Z solicited Thompson to bring the case against him, Buzbee. Now, the report further states that, so this is Buzbee saying it has no merit. The lawyers who brought it would have seen that had they bothered to do any due diligence at all in his suit, Thompson claims our firm failed to forward to him payments made by his former employer. That's patently untrue. His employer refused to make any such payments to him. He claims the fees weren't explained. That's also patently false. he signed a contract that clearly sets forth the fees. He claimed that the expenses weren't explained. Again, patently false. He signed an affidavit at settlement agreeing to the expenses and acknowledging they were explained. Finally, Thompson's claim that the firm took more than the contractual fee is patently false. So he has a string of patently false. He signed an affidavit stating that all was done correctly. The bottom line is that the investigators who manufactured this case and the lawyers who filed it were reckless and foolish. The case is junk and the efforts behind it will be exposed. Tony Buzbee tells TMZ Jay-Z's investigators contacted more than 40 former clients. They apparently found on Venmo. They each were offered $1,000 to sue me. We have the investigators caught on tape admitting they gave this client money to bring this case. We will be seeking state bar action against the lawyers involved because such conduct is a state law crime and also violates the ethical rules that governs lawyers. The case itself is frivolous and will be dismissed as such. So do you see Tony Buzbee calling out lawyers for doing the same thing that he did in the VMA's Bandit case? This shows you that, as they say, thief never loves a thief with long bag. This is Tony Buzbee. He can do the illegal activity, but he doesn't like to see anyone else doing it. Now, let's continue. They're saying Jay-Z isn't the only one targeting attorney Tony Buzbee in court. A former client claims Buzbee acted more like his loan shark than his lawyer in a personal jury case. Directly on the heels of Jay-Z's scorching attack on Buzbee, Matthew Ray Thompson Jr. is now unloading on him, filing a federal lawsuit Monday against his ex-attorney, according to the docs obtained by TMZ. Thompson says he was injured in July 2023 while working as a deckhand on a vessel that struck a barge in the Houston Ship Channel. He says he retained Buzbee, who filed a lawsuit on his behalf in November 2023, which triggered automatic payments to Thompson from his employer while his lawsuit was pending. But in the suit, Thompson claims those payments were delivered directly to Buzbee's firm, and then Buzbee gave him disbursement with one very expensive catch. Thompson alleges Buzbee loaned him his own funds and, to add insult to injury, also charged him a high interest rate. He claims Buzbee held back more than 60% of the money he was owed, and he alleges Buzbee as a rep for pulling this move with other clients as well. For some reason, I believe Thompson, there's no way he could be making that up. He had to have gotten information from his employer that the money was paid to the lawyer. And normally that is how they would do it. Now they're saying while Buzbee, former client, doesn't make reference to Diddy or Jay-Z by name, Thompson does paint a picture of Buzbee that's similar to the claim Jay made on Sunday in his scathing statement. Thompson says Buzbee has become rich by milking settlements with threats of negative attention from people who rely on their public reputation for livelihood. We've reached out to Buzbee for a comment, but no word back. So guys, that is a pretty interesting read. So I do believe Mr. Thompson, and I do believe that if Jay-Z even went ahead and scouted Mr. Thompson to bring this case forward, I don't see anything wrong with that, because once the information is checked out and is proven to be factual, it means that it would be giving others a warning to, if you're gonna hire Tony Buzbee, please proceed with caution. So I don't see anything wrong in this. But I do believe that Tony Buzbee is flaky because I see similarities with him and Tyrone Blackburn. And also, as I've said, if you really look into the manner in which the VMA's Bandit lawsuit was filed, you can definitely tell that he did not do his homework, and he ensured that he filed the lawsuit in a county that is not barred to practice, which means that he knew what he was doing. He is an expert at doing this. But what is also concerning is the fact that Jay-Z has been paying people $1,000 to step forward and sue Tony Buzbee. I'm wondering if this is the same he has been doing to ye. Exactly as I've been saying, my suspicions have served me to believe that Jay-Z may or may not be one of those people who are gathering individuals to sue Ye. It's really giving the sense that it could be possible. But guys, I want to hear from you because I know I can't be alone in these sentiments. So please leave a comment below and let me know what are your thoughts. And while you're at it, remember, show your girl some love. Thumbs up this video. It is free and it only takes a split second to do so. Thanks in advance and stay safe. Peace.